What's up? What's up? Oh, you know what? I should probably take notes. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good in the hood? In the hood. I was cleaning off some of my tips from Spider because she likes getting brown tips, and yeah, I think she likes it because she always has brown tips. Not all of them, but just a few, because I don't keep her in the sun very often because she burns. So, and I don't like her to have brown tips. But yeah, I was just picking some of those off. Happy Sunday. Happy first day of the week. She's so beautiful, though. She's so beautiful. Happy first day of the week. If you're coming in or if you watch this on replay, hit the like button. I put a poll up on my community page. It's been over a week now. It's been, I don't know, it's been a few weeks. I put a poll up asking about uh, if people struggle to cook a variety of meals. Um, yeah, and if they find themselves, if they find that they just cook the same things over and over again. So I have some questions. I have something that I want to do, but I have some questions for some subscribers or whoever is interested in answering. So what's up? Happy Sunday. Um, so here's what I was thinking. Here's what I was thinking. What's good? Hey, what's up, accidental carnivore? Do you have any plans for traveling outside? Come on, bring it back. Do you have any plans for traveling outside of your city or internationally? I do. I don't actually live in California. I just move around very slowly and I like to get to know a place, right? So that's how I do my nomad life. I will live in a place for a few years, but yes, I will be getting out of California in about a year, and I'll be going. My goal, God willing, is to go to Florida from here. Um, I'm debating with myself because I really, really, really want to feel the East Coast vibe. I know a lot of East Coasters, and we just vibe out so tight. Um, yeah, so I would love to hit up the East Coast. I am going to eventually end up back in Arizona because I love that Arizona heat. So I'll eventually make Arizona my home base, but I do. And I do plan on dying on the continent of Africa. I don't plan on dying in this country. That's something I've said from the time I was a little girl. So, God willing, I do plan on having a one-way international um, trip out of here. Have you ever living? Yep, yep, definitely. Yeah, God decided for me to be born here, and I will definitely plan on living the rest of my life in Africa. In this second half of my life, I want to take advantage of all there is to take advantage of in the United States as far as building a business, creating massive, massive income. So, well, massive um, revenue and profits and business. So, yeah, I do I do have that plan. the chat keeps disappearing. I guess that's what it does. Yeah, absolutely. I like that name. I'm intrigued by that. Accidental carnivore. So how did that come about? So here's the thing. So I posted that question on uh that poll on my community page. And so here's my idea. And I want to know if anyone would be interested, like if it sounds like something that you yourself would be interested in. So, what I'm thinking about doing is creating a blood type meal plan book or ebook. Maybe an ebook. Maybe I'll start with an ebook. I don't want to say recipe because I don't want it to be a recipe book or like a cookbook because I'm all about creativity and I like to do things that promote people's own creativity. But what I would do is put together different meals based on all of the different blood types. And then you would just select the one that's your blood type. So I would create these meals based on blood type, including the spices and seasonings, including beverages to pair with the different meals, and it would be everything. The first one I would like to create would be everything: meat, fruits, veggies, grains, legumes, all of that. And I would also like to do the same thing for carnivores, carnivore blood type, right? So that's something I decided to try being carnivore, eating meat only for 2 weeks and notice significant weight loss. It's unsustainable for me, but I do it from time to time. That's awesome. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope right there. So yeah, I would like to do that. And like I say, maybe starting off with just an ebook. Um, and maybe if that even just online, even with just Amazon KDP with their community base, if it happens to sell well, and then convert it into a physical book if that would be a need. But I think that would be interesting. I think that would be interesting to have different meals already put together, and then just, the person can make their meal from there. Because for one, not only am I an excellent cook, but I'm extremely creative with everything. So I asked that question because I know a lot of people, and I'm 49 now, right? Like I'll be 50 in a few months. And I just noticed that people just cook the same thing over and over and over again, even from the time I was young. It's just the same thing, the same thing. And I can't call them staples. It's just really a lack of creativity. There's not much experimenting with different spices, different herbs, different flavors, even different vegetables. Like I remember using red shard and different kinds of shard and daikon radish. And people were, and when I say people, I mean some of my black girlfriends were like, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" But then when they would come to my place and eat, they're like, "Damn, what's that? Damn, damn." They loved it. And yeah, I just thought that would be dope. So it's something that I think my heart's telling me to do it. Um, I would love to get some feedback. So if anyone watches this on replay, definitely leave me a comment on if that is something that sounds interesting to you, right? Because my heart is telling me to go with it. This is something I've been pondering over for a few weeks since I put that poll up. So I think that would be dope because there is, like eat right for your blood type, but that isn't meals put together to where someone can just go in it and just flip through, and it has your meat, your veggie, your fruit, just all of that. And like I say, there's definitely I haven't seen anything like that for the carnivore side because each blood type may be different. And I feel like if someone's a carnivore, um, so I'm O blood type, but a carnivore that may be blood type AB, their consumption is different from mine. Like I know blood type AB can consume mutton, and I think rabbit and just different things like that, but their consumption is still different from mine. Their red meat consumption is different from mine, and even their meat consumption would be different. So that is something I'm definitely going to put together because I think that would be the hey Quan, what's good? Welcome. I just feel in my heart, like I said, I feel in my heart that it would be something dope. And so I'm gonna create the ebook first because that's the easiest to just create and get onto Amazon KDP. Um, it's going to be a few weeks though, and because I gotta get everything together as far as all the different blood types. So yes, 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 yes. And if you're on this live, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up for me. Give me a thumbs up. So yeah, that's really just what I wanted. That's all I wanted. So I don't want to keep people long and I don't want to just be on here talking to myself. But if anyone has any feedback, definitely um right, hit that like button. Definitely give me some feedback just on if it sounds interesting to you. Um, Even if you think it sounds like a dumbass idea, it doesn't matter because I am gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. And pretty much every time someone, in most cases, a good 98% of the time, when the public thinks something is a dumb idea or it won't work, and the founder or creator of that idea trusts their gut and goes with it, it ends up being a hot commodity. It ends up being Facebook or Amazon.com. It's just a matter of going with it and not giving up. And yeah, I don't expect everyone to see my vision because it's just my vision. However, um, I feel strongly about health, and the kitchen should be the ER. The kitchen and what you eat is medicine. It shouldn't just be Oreos, Doritos, and Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops. It shouldn't be that. Like the kitchen is where we should be able to heal ourselves as well as get the proper nutrients. So, yeah. It's something I've been passionate about for a long time. I'm very, very, very into nutrition. I'm very much into health and wellness, mental health, physical health. These are all my wheelhouse areas. It's not, if you have never heard me speak about my own experience, I cleaned up my diet at 20 years of age, still an athlete, still fit, um, fine as all get out, in perfect physical shape. But I saw 20 years ahead of my life. I said I don't want to look like my aunties when I get to 40. If I continue to eat like this and the way they eat and the way I grew up eating, I will look like them when I get 40. And I don't want to look like them when I get 40. Nothing about me is special to whereas I can continue to eat that way and not look like them, not have the physical ailments, not have the diabetes, not have the high blood pressure, just not have all the problems. So at 20, I cleaned up my diet. I stopped drinking soda. I stopped drinking pork. I mean, stopped eating pork. And I stopped eating pork because I read in scripture that it's detestable to the body and it's not meant for consumption. So that's what made me stop eating pork. I was like, oh. And then I started looking at the dietary laws, all of the meats and fruits and vegetables that are created for us to consume. And so I just stuck with that. And I've never been overweight. I've never had health issues from what I eat. I never had any of it because I didn't want any of it when I was healthy. So I'm still healthy at 49. I still have great skin at 49. And at this stage in my life, it's effortless. A couple of years ago, as a matter of fact, I was caring for a woman, Miss Pam. Those who may know, I always do some type of self-employment, creating a job for myself. So I do like caring for elders. So I was caring for her, and I used to make her smoothies, and she was young. She was 69, guys, and I don't know what happened, but she could barely walk. She was a small, petite woman. I don't know what happened, but she wasn't obese or anything like that. She just was not in good condition, and she ended up telling me that she fell a couple of months before I was her caregiver. She fell and she couldn't get herself up. And she was on the floor for 4 days. She had crawled from her bedroom, which is where she fell, to like the side door where the carport was. So that's where she would keep her bottles of water. So she had crawled there because she said that she just thought if she can have access to water, she can keep herself alive. Now that was again by a door, her side door. And apparently she said the postman heard her faintly uh asking for help or screaming for help, but she couldn't really scream. She was down there for 4 days. And yeah, I don't even her friends, because I ended up contacting her friends, all her friends and everything. And everyone was like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" No one knew what happened, how she got in that condition. It just was lack of taking care of herself. So I used to make her alkaline smoothies. I would make her dandelion greens, and dandelion greens are very, very bitter. But if you read scripture, bitter herbs are definitely good for the body and we should eat them. And there are certain times, like during Passover and different things, that we should eat bitter greens. So, anyway, I would make her just all different types of smoothies. Um, and I wouldn't add any sugar. I would add a little bit of her. She had some agave. I would add some agave, but I would use dates for a sweetener. And I would make her some with prunes when I wanted to make sure her stools were moving. And so her brother, who had came, and he had mental health issues, but that mofo was sane. Do you hear me? He was sane enough to know what the hell he was doing. Okay, because one day he must have flashed me. He was crazy, you know, uh, but he wasn't insane. Okay, and he also knew a little bit. I won't say he know about business, but he was about making money. All right, he was about making money and spending money and getting over on his sister. So anyway, um, before he had came, I was like, man, I would love to start, a little smoothie business. So when he came and I was making them for him and he loved them, he was like, damn, you should do this. So he gave me, I think, $120 to go to the store, get everything we needed, and we just started right up. Miss Pam wasn't with it and she made us shut it down. But I was selling smoothies every single day off the porch, okay? Every single day because she lived in the zip code comes up as Compton. She called it North Long Beach, but it was right there, 5 minutes from Long Beach, 5 minutes from Torrance, I think it's called. And yeah, so I don't know. I was new here. But anyway, it was it was oh, I forgot the name of it, but it was a gated trailer park community. And yeah, I was every day I was selling. I ended up making the 120 back. But shortly after that, everything kind of hit the fan, and yeah. So anyway, um, this is something that I really love to do. I really love to heal through food. Even when I would cook to feed the homeless guys around here and over by the Dollar Tree, I would buy food and cook. And like I was my mom and I used to do this when I was young, even when we didn't have anything. Like my mom was on welfare, she was on food stamps. Even when all we had in our freezer, we had a chest freezer, was bread and government cheese. Okay. And I love me some grilled cheese. So it was cool with me. But even when that's all we had to eat, we would go and buy groceries, cook them, and go to St. Paul, Minnesota, to this area where there are just a lot of homeless people. It would be the equivalent to um, Skid Row here in LA. So we would just go there. We did that with one of her friends from church who had a house. We lived in a duplex in Minneapolis, but her friend had a house and a van. So we would go pick them up, bring them back to her friend's house. We had already cooked and we would all just sit around in the living room and eat. And this is with homeless men mostly who were sleeping on the streets. So this is what I grew up doing. And we made them good, healthy, clean food. You know what I mean? Good cooked, stick to your ribs food, and it was just such a special memory for me that automatically when I was adult, I did it. Even one of the shelters that I was in, when the last time I was in there, I asked, what would I need to do to come here and serve? Because the only way the residents would eat there is when they have volunteers. Otherwise, it was just like whatever leftover donuts or bread or whatever they had. But it was all by volunteer. And you don't come like you buy the food, you cook it at your own home. You didn't cook anything there. You bought it, you cook it, whatever you wanted to bring. If you wanted to play games while it was just all volunteer. So when I got out of there for the last time, I knew that was going to be my last time there, and I knew I wanted to come back there and serve. So that's what I would do. And I was married during that time, so that's what I did. I would make them good. My chili is fire, and I make everything from scratch. So I didn't use yeah, everything was from scratch. Just tomato paste, tomato sauce, stewed tomatoes, and then all my individual seasonings. Build it up from there. My spaghetti is also from scratch. It takes a couple of hours for my spaghetti. I don't use ragu, or I don't use a sauce, spaghetti sauce. So I would make them, things that I could make in a big, 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 big batch that they could have. At least if they wanted thirds, I would have enough for thirds. And we would eat as well. So this is just what I love to do. And at this stage in my heart, I feel it would be beneficial to come up with a blood type meal plan book. You know what I'm saying? A blood type meal plan. Like I said, I don't want to call it a recipe because I want people to see the meals that I have there with the spices and the seasonings that are highly beneficial for their blood type, and then create their own, put it together however they want from these different things. And yeah, so it's exciting. It sounds dope. It's gonna be a lot of work putting that together, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it um, to give people something so that they can, start having a variety. And one thing I know from cooking like this and having toddlers, baby, when the food is good, toddlers are gonna eat it. My toddlers. So when my kids were toddlers, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, I would do meatless Wednesdays for myself. I would cook them their food and then I would have my thing. Baby, when I tell you, my begging ass daughter, because she was the beggar, my son didn't even trip, but my daughter is my firstborn. So one day I had made, I think, a mushroom pasta dish. mushrooms, okay? Mushrooms and pasta. But it was, I had made a sauce and everything, but it looked real adult like. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like anything a kid would want, but she was just like, I want some. I'm like, you got your food right there. I want some of that, and she loved it. And I've cooked for children before. And when it's good, when it's delicious and it looks good, they're going to eat it. You know what I mean? If it looks appetizing, and that's one thing about the way that I cook, my food looks good. Now, it won't be any pictures as well because it's just going to be the meals put together. This with this. You compare this and this. These are the spices that you compare with this if you want this flavor. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be dope. Great idea. Love the concept. Thank you. Thank you. I saw your pics from over the years. You look amazing. Thank you. 4 days. Oh my. What did I say about 4 days? I'm sorry. I'm just seeing these. The ones they call crazy be smart. That part. That part. Oh yeah, she was on the floor for 4 days. Yeah. Always from scratch. When is your birthday? Congrats on your channel. Thank you. It is what's up, Trans Van Gal? I always see your comments and I always reply to your comment, typically in video. Um, but my birthday is 10/15, October 15th. So yeah. I just created, so I just saw a video. I'm always looking for things to help me figure out how to be a solopreneur and just build and grow and be more efficient on top of what I know already. So I just created a 12-week goal for myself for my fitness, going back to my original plan, my original goal of 17% body fat. I re-downloaded this body fat and BMI calculator. I put in all my measurements already. I already did that, put in all my measurements. So I don't know exactly how much I weigh, but I just guesstimate it because I'm pretty good at just by feel knowing how much I weigh. Even if I'm off, even by 5 pounds, I don't care. Um, it's still close enough. So I am at 32% body fat, which is no freaking bueno. Okay. No bueno. And according to that, I am 2.5 pounds overweight. 2.5 pounds. But my goal is 17% body fat and 135 pounds. And my 12 weeks from today is August 25th. So I created a Google Doc and I put in my um, what I'm gonna do, my kettlebell swings, my squats. I put in everything that I'm gonna do, and then for the quality, I put in that they all have to be perfect form. Like I know the form and everything, so they all have to be perfect form. I will not count any of them um, if the form is not perfect, and I won't compromise my form. So that's what I just did. I'm going to do another one for my YouTube channel because I really, really, really want to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Um, I don't think I don't feel like I've been doing anything differently with my channel, but I do not have many returning viewers at all, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Like my returning viewers are very, very low. And so yeah, so I'm going to create another one, uh for another 12-week plan for my YouTube channel because I want to grow my channel. And here's the thing. Um, I don't know. I guess there's only, especially now in 2024, but I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna figure that out and create an action plan and a quality plan. So that video was that a cat? It's got to be a cat he's carrying. Yeah, that's a cat. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm also going to do one for this blood type meal plan book that I'm talking about. And like I said, it's gonna be an ebook, so I'm gonna do that as well. Yeah, that's exciting. So from today, 12 weeks from today is August 25th, and I'm just gonna keep it going from there. Keep it going from there. And I've already started with my YouTube channel. Like I'm always looking up cinematic videos and just different things like that. So I know I did another questionnaire a while ago, and I got a lot of votes for more daily lifestyle videos, and that's what I've been doing. But when I tell y'all, I don't do anything, right? I don't do anything except for focus on outside of YouTube, different things I can create. Because even all of this is still just creating capital so that I can really uh, establish my cleanser. You know, that cleanser is not going anywhere, but it requires capital. It requires capital. So all these things are things that I'm saying. All these things, I only told you guys one, but these are things that are also really close to my heart that can create capital. And eventually, I would like it to be off of Amazon because I really won't get anything from that. Like Amazon takes so much of your profits that you don't get anything from it. But it will still help me to launch my own website so that I can sell it directly from my own website. So yeah, that's the goal. So I'm going to do things in 12-week intervals because I know that can be productive. I know that can be productive. And then just creating my volume plan and the quality and then the action steps to take to get it all done. So this is one of the things that I'm doing, Trans Van Gal, to create income for myself. But things, I don't know if you're still here or not, but over the years, things I've done to create my own income while living as a nomad in a vehicle is I've done cleaning. I used to cook and sell um, West African plates. I like caregiving for the elderly and for seniors just into their home. Another thing I'm thinking about uh, doing in the near future is specifically for senior citizens, doing house upkeep for them. Uh, Specific things that they cannot do, like go in, changing their light bulbs, checking their light bulbs, smoke detector, battery changes, um, cleaning out the refrigerator, cleaning behind the refrigerator, behind the stoves, things like that that don't need to be done on a regular basis. I can do that one client and I'm done. Do another. So that is something that I am going to an income stream that I'm going to create for myself in the immediate term. Are you still selling your knit crochet? Um, Clean ceiling fans, exactly. Um, I I I don't. I have a piece right now that I would like to sell, uh, but honestly, it's expensive, and that's why I stopped selling my crochet because it's expensive. I've been crocheting for 20 years. I'm not new, and all of my crochet are freehand. There's no pattern, and they're all one of one original designs, my own designs, and they're original. All of my things you're never going to see anywhere. and I use natural fibers. I don't use acrylic. I don't use so they're expensive, and I did stop selling them because of that. Um, and I think more than anything, I haven't found the right market to sell them. Yeah, but they are this jacket and bag matching bag set that I made is so dope. I love it. I love it so much. So no, I don't. No, I don't still sell my crochet. I would love to. I would love to. I thought I had a bright idea of making patterns and selling patterns, but I don't write patterns. I don't write patterns. That's just I don't do that because when I with my crochet, I'll have an idea and I'll start off to make this thing. And it's the same way with when I was a hairstylist. And I used to tell my clients, the hair speaks to me. So as that yarn is going through my fingers, it just decides it wants to be something else from the idea in my head. So then another idea will form as I'm crocheting. As I'm making it, it's like, no, do this. And I'll see the different thing. Yeah, so I applaud crocheters who actually write patterns. I freehand everything and I love it. I love doing it that way. For me, it works because I make one of one. I just make one of one designs, one of one pieces. So I've been painting. I get that. You see, I do the same thing when I paint. I do the same thing. It's the same thing. I'll start off with some paint on my canvas based on an idea. I'll mix up color and then by the time it's done, it's something altogether different. And I love it. It's like, oh, this is so dope. I love it. Yeah, it's just that creative energy, they just come. The ideas just come. Even when I was writing poetry, and I used to tell people, these are not my words, because I would be on a bus, I would be in a restaurant, I'd be just anywhere, and the words would start coming. I've written poems on scratch pieces of paper. I've asked people on a bus, do you have a pen and paper? On receipts, the words just start coming, just start coming. And I've always lived an unstable life, people would call it. So I don't know. It wasn't easy for me to just carry around a notebook and a pencil or a pen. That wasn't easy for me to do. So I didn't. That would have been smart, but I've never really lived a stable type life because I've never really lived a traditional type life. Some of my best ones just came, no plan. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another reason why I feel like this blood type meal plan book will be amazing because that's how I cook. And then, people will just be like, wow, especially if they just went with it. If they just went with it and didn't allow what they know, the little bit of what they know of how they cook restrict them. If they just went with it and let it flow, oh man, their palate would be, and I would have little suggestions in there because I like to cook in layers. So there are times when I will season my skillet. So I'll put my oil in my skillet, or now I'm just using butter or tallow or beef fat or something like that. So, but we'll just stick to the word oil. I'll put the oil in my skillet, and my mother always said, hot skillet, cold grease. So that way you're not putting too much oil by putting cold grease in a cold skillet. So let the skillet heat up very nicely, put a high heat oil in there, and then season the oil with maybe half of the seasonings that I'm gonna put on my meat, and then season my meat, of course, thoroughly, season the meat, both sides. And sometimes I'll season one side of the meat this way and season the other side that way. And then put it in there on top of the seasoned oil. And you may not think so, but as you're eating, you just like, oh, is that? Oh, is that? Oh, what's that flavor? It's just like an explosion in your mouth. I love it. I never thought to eat that way until I heard you speak on it in a video. See, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's why I'm going to do it. So, um there are quite a few brown doctors. There's one, I say brown because, you know, they just give really thorough information. And I do have a playlist. It's a public playlist, Eating for O Blood Type. So that doctor, she's an Indian woman, I believe. She just gives really, really good information on the highly beneficial foods, the neutral foods, and the completely avoid foods, and why, what they do to and for your body, and different things like that. And so she does all the blood types, and there are a few other doctors that I get information from. So I'll gather all of the different blood type informations and just create it from there. So yeah, I think that's gonna be really, 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 really dope. That's why I stopped eating everything, because it started off with just a blood type. But once I realized, like black pepper, every time I would use black pepper, and I like the fresh cracked black pepper, I would be so heavy. I'm like, oh, I love black pepper. I love black pepper. And I'm just crack, 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 crack. Oh, y'all know I love black pepper. I'm just cracking the shit out of it. But come to find out, black pepper and white pepper, but I'm not big on white pepper, but uh, it decreases the microbiome diversity in blood type O, which is not a good thing. So, and I feel it's so weird. Like just within a week of me no longer eating black pepper, I can't explain it, but my body feels different. Like it may sound silly, but eating black pepper, even, the way it make you sneeze, but there's a certain sting or ting that I would feel. But cayenne pepper, chili peppers, those are highly beneficial for me. So I still get my spice, my spice kick from that. I have been going back and watching your videos. Thank you, Quan. Black pepper, it is hard to digest. It is. What's up, Queen on the road? Better, kind of different. Yeah, but they're both not good for blood type O. They're neither one of them are. They decrease the microbiome diversity in our gut, and that's not good. So that's also why I cleaned out my apothecary. I got rid of my entire apothecary because blood type O, we have the highest amount of stomach acid and vinegar. All vinegars are a no, complete no. All pickles. So if anybody know from the beginning of my channel, I had some pickled zucchinis, oh man, they were good too, but all pickled everything is no good for my blood type. I got rid of everything. I got rid of everything. My entire apothecary. Thank you, Queen on the Road. I appreciate that. Hey, Rhonda, what's good? What's good? So yeah, I was just saying about how I am going to create, from when I put the poll on the channel, about who struggles to find different things to cook. So I've decided I'm going to create a blood type meal plan ebook. Yeah, that's what I'm going to create. So it's not going to be a recipe. It's just going to be the meal. It's going to have, the meals put together with the spices and everything. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. We have the same blood type too, and same kids, girl and boy. That's what's up. My girl's the oldest. Yep. Mine are 31 and 30 right now. My son will be, wait, wait. Did my daughter just turn 32? Wait the fuck a minute. Is my son about to be 31? They ass is getting old. Oh, they figure it the fuck out because they getting old. I believe my daughter is 32. April 18th, 1992. Is that 32? That's 32. And my son will be 31 July 18th. Who? See, I told them when they were 17, 16. Yeah, all the different ideas I tried to help them with, and now I bet you my words are haunting their ass. They don't want to listen. I when you have a mom who's structured and disciplined, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't, but I'm cool as hell. They didn't want to hear that. Great idea. Mine is 36 and 30. That's what's up. You know, I had got offended. I was younger than them though, but I got offended when my mom didn't know how old I was. Like she had to remember. Shit, I get it. I get it. I get it. God damn. I get it now. I get it. But I mean, all of their 20s I kept up with. Now it's like, they hella grown. Yeah, it just creep up now. But yeah, she just turned 32. Damn. And we still look like we could be sisters. Dead ass. That is no cap. We definitely still look like we could be sisters. That's because I look great. I ain't shit, I know, but that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. But anyway, yeah, that I think that is a great idea, and I am going to go for it. I'm going to start with that one. Start with the blood type meal, cuz here's another thing I want people to know. I want people to know that eating for your blood type doesn't mean um you can't enjoy what you're eating. You know what I mean? And another good thing about it that I'm all for is if people really stick to it, because essentially the blood type diet, or eating for the blood type lifestyle, eating for your blood type, is um an elimination diet. Like you're eliminating the things that are not good for the blood flowing through your body, right? And I believe that people will start to heal themselves. They'll start to notice things are feeling better, inflammation being reduced, just all these different things. And so, yeah, I truly believe in that. I know, right? Yeah, I do. I do. Grown as hell. Grown as hell. So, I'm going to do that. And after that one, I will do a carnivore blood type meal. And after that, I want to do, and you know what I want to do? I want to open up a blood type juice bar. I would start there. See, with the physical thing, I would start with that and then work to the solid foods. But yeah, so with the ebook, it's going to be the blood type meal plan just for everything. And then it'll be the uh, carnivore blood type meal plan. And then it'll be the blood type juice plan. Yeah. So this be on the lookout for that. I'm actually going to create a 12-week a 12-week, thing for that as well, so that I can get it done. And this will be from creation to launch. Yeah, from creation to launch, because I don't want to rush it. And I think I want to do, I have thought about it, but I haven't solidified how many varieties I want to put in there. Uh, so maybe, yeah, it'll be from start to launch to getting it ready to go, 12 weeks. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be dope. And like I said, if people just trust it and go with it, they will be surprised. They will be surprised. And what's dope too, I'm not gonna have them all in one. It'll be blood type A will be separate, blood type AB will be separate, blood type, you know what I mean? B will be. They'll all be separate. Um, and the thing is, the positive and negative blood types, it's still all the same. So O positive and O negative, we still have the same, the things that we should avoid for our blood type, and highly beneficial and the neutral list. And so I also will note um, what is neutral, like it doesn't hurt or it doesn't benefit. It's just neutral. But most of, I'm going to say 95% of what will be in the meal books will be from the highly beneficial list of all the blood types. And then maybe some filler things will be from the neutral list. But anything that won't be in there, anything for your blood type that isn't in there, it's because it's on the avoid list for your blood type. So, like for blood type O, if people notice no black pepper, no avocado, no coconut or coconut oil, all these things are harmful to O blood type. So, they won't be in there at all. They won't be in there. Apples, oranges, watermelon, all melons are harmful for O blood type. Blackberries, harmful for O blood type. That's why I just went carnivore, because there's so much shit that is on the avoid list that I like, that I ate on a regular basis. I use stuff. And then I found some wild blackberries by my client's house. Oh, I was fucking them up every time I walked past. This was when I was in the mansion and it was down. I was walking, fucking them up, fucking them up. I even harvested some of the stems and I had made a tincture. Yeah, yeah. Blackberries are a heavy avoid. So anything that won't be, anything that's not in there. So I'm also going to have a recommendation page, to note that anything that is not in here, from a spice to a food to a vegetable to whatever it is, it's because it's on your avoid list, so that people will know. Oh, okay. A plus, no garbanzo beans. Oh no. Yep. Yep, same for O. No, the only two beans O blood type can eat are black beans and great northern beans. Yep. Lentils. I love lentils. One day I made a lentil dish, some lentils and hot water cornbread that I fed the homeless guys with. Fire. Woo-hoo-hoo. Them lentils was so fire. When I tell you they smashed, baby, they smashed. Okay, they smashed. When I came back the next time, I made some chicken and something else for them. They was like, "Oh, those that was good." What you shit? I'm telling you. Can you do a video on how to make tinctures? I don't make them anymore, but you can check out. I'm gonna find her channel. She makes them, because I don't make them anymore, because and I prefer alcohol tinctures. You can make them with glycerin. I prefer the alcohol tinctures because they're the most effective and most long lasting. But alcohols are to be avoided by my blood type. That's why I got rid of my tincture. I got rid of my tincture too. It was made with I use potato vodka. Potato is also on the avoid list, but yeah, grain alcohols are on my avoid list, so I don't make them anymore. Yep. But I do know, I mean, there's a lot of people on YouTube, but there's one chick who she makes. Yeah, that's her channel. That's what she does. But essentially, um all you do is just infuse whatever it is you're using in your alcohol base. Essentially, that's all it is. And I do miss it because I used to make my own vanilla bean extract, which is the raw vanilla bean, and I use vodka, and I never diluted it with water. And I would let it sit for a year before using it. It's it's so much cheaper to just make your own vanilla bean extract. I even made a lemon extract. When you're making a citrus extract, you use the zest. So zest, I think I zested 4 lemons, and that one is ready in 4 weeks. So it's ready to use in much less time. And you can use your own homemade vanilla extract in 6 months. So after 6 months, I gave some to one of my girlfriends in Minnesota, but I didn't use it until after a year. Whoa, didn't know you were live. What's up, Rabbit? Making dinner? No, I'm actually fasting, but tomorrow I will be cooking. Or were you saying you're making dinner? Tomorrow, uh, baby, I started thinking yesterday about what I'm gonna make. Yeah, I've been fasting just this weekend. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get some beef bacon, um, get some liver. I am craving beef liver. I'm gonna get some beef liver, some beef hearts, some beef bacon. The beef bacon essentially is I want to use the bacon fat from the beef bacon, and it's just so tasty. Okay, beef bacon is just so tasty. So I'm gonna get some beef bacon, a pound of beef liver, probably a pound of uh, beef hearts, and these are very cheap. The beef heart at the butcher I go to is $3.99 a pound. The beef liver is $1.99 a pound. The beef bacon is the most expensive. They don't have beef bacon at the butcher, unfortunately, so I get that from the grocery store. So I'm gonna get that, and yeah, I haven't decided on if I'm gonna get a fattier beef, but I'll probably just get those. Uh, yeah, and then some eggs, some good pasture raised eggs. And that's what I'm having tomorrow. What's up the hills? Why are you fasting to lose? No, I don't fast to lose weight. Um, yeah, I'm about to. Oh, nice. How often do you fast? And OMG, I remember my granny made the best beef liver. I try to make it. It's gross. Um, I typically, I've been fasting all of my adult life, all of my adult life from I think 21 is when I first started fasting. All of my adult life, I fast. Just for discipline. And I do a variety of different types of fasting for different reasons. I may have a different offering that I'm, sacrificing for whatever I want to gain. But this particular, I just did a 3 day water cleanse, water fast, just to reset my body as I go hard on my 12-week fitness plan. But typically, I fast 4 times a year. Every season, I will fast. And like I say, it may vary on how I do it. 2023, I didn't get to fast at all because my previous home, the mansion, was down. So I was walking for 7 months, and it just wasn't feasible for me to fast because I wasn't able to keep up on all of my things. I, I didn't have a vehicle. I had a home and no vehicle. So I got this August 4th, and the entire month of December, I did a 40-day fast. It was 22 hours of no eating, and my eating window was 2 hours. So I would eat from 1700 to 1900, which is 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So that was my window to eat. And then 22 hours a day, I would not eat. Um, I did keep myself open to water. It's just, again, I'm accustomed to fasting. So after some time, I don't even want to drink anything. So it was pretty much 22 hours, no food, no drink. And what my offering was I wanted to learn more about my body and eating, and I wanted more mental clarity. So December is when it just, and all this information just came to me. So that's when I discovered the blood type eating. So I started looking into that, and then I started looking into like what the liver, not beef liver, but the human liver, what it does, what it's functioning, and I started learning more about gut health. So the first half of December, I was fucking up. Like when I would break my fast, I was fucking up mustard greens. Oh man, pretty much everything that's on my avoid list, I was chomping. Avocado, uh, everything. And then, like the second half of December, I learned about the blood type. And so then I looked into my blood type, mustard. I love uh, stone grain, like whole grain mustard, ground mustard. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like I don't eat yellow mustard, but I would eat that, the stone ground mustard on my avoid list. Yeah, so I was like, damn. So the last half of December is when, with my fast. So I fasted from December 1st to January 10th. And I did 40 days because all of 2023, I wasn't able to fast. So the last month of December 2023, I fasted into the first 10 days of 2024. January 1, 2024, that's when I decided to just go carnivore. Well, I made the decision the end of December, and I started January 1st, just meat products. And I mean, it was all new for me. So I have definitely had some weaknesses. Potato chips, corn chips. I done had some chocolate chip cookies. I've had weaknesses, but I haven't had any fruits or vegetables. So now I'm doing this particular fast because I'm done with the cheating. I'm done with the potato chips. I'm done with the tortilla chips. I'm done with the cookies. I already stopped drinking the hot chocolate. I'm done with all of that. So I did this water fast to reset my body. So come tomorrow, it's just gonna be meat and fat and animal products. That's it. That's it. That's all. Even cheese. There's only two types of cheese that O blood type can eat. I love Gouda. I was fucking up some Gouda, smoked Gouda. I love sharp cheddar, extra sharp cheddar. It's all a no for me. So yeah. Feta cheese is on my neutral list. I've been eating a lot of feta. I love feta, thankfully. And pecorino cheese. Pecorino cheese is a highly beneficial cheese. So I'm going to see if I can find some of that and see what the price point is on that. So yeah, yeah. That's how I do my fast. I typically do it just to cleanse. Now on a regular basis, I what they call intermittent fast. Like I don't eat in the morning. I go as long as I can after waking up without eating. I like my body to get hungry. The gut works well. It helps to build your metabolism when your body gets hungry, and the hungrier you can get it because we have enough in us that we're not going to starve to death. So, I just it's just, something I've done my entire adult life. And I do like it. I like it a lot. 3-day water fast. Excellent. All fast, all fasting, all forms of fasting are very, very healthy. If you can go 3 days, you can. I do 7 sometimes. Yep, yep. I've done 7-day water only. Mhm. I've done a 3-day dry fast. I did so during that 40-day fast, I did a variety. So I did a 3-day water fast. No, I did a 7-day waters only during that 40 days. I also did a 3-day dry fast, no food, no water for 3 days straight complete. Can I ask, just because I started doing content content creation about cause and high control groups, love your content, thank you, but don't want to offend you of my doing that makes no, no, no. No, ask me anything. Being a part of your community. Yeah, I want to grow and build my community. Absolutely. You are very welcome. Is that blood type eating for all? Oh, blood type. Yep, yep. That's what I said earlier. Mhm. O positive, O negative, O blood type has the same. Yeah. A blood type, whether you're positive or negative, it's the same. AB blood type, positive or negative, it's the same. B blood type, positive or negative, it's the same. I tried not for your blood type diet and find a lot of it applies. However, beans are almost tonic for me. Yeah. Um, I think toxic. Yeah, beans. I don't know what your blood type is, but pretty much all beans for O blood type are a no, except for except for black beans and great northern beans. And what it is, it's the tannins. It's the level of tannins in the beans and lentils that isn't good for our system for O blood type. Yep, all beans are a no. Yeah, that was a shocker for me. Also, another shocker for me was I gotta open my door. Another shocker for me was was melons. All melons are not good for O blood type. Watermelon, honeydew melon, cantaloupe melon, all melons. Ain't that something? Yeah, that was very shocking to me. Oranges. There's only one type of apple that is good for our blood type, and it's Mamey. Yep, yep. Pineapples are good. Mangoes are neutral, so that's good. They're neutral. They don't help or hurt anything. Um, but yeah, all other and all oranges, tangerines, all of it. All yeah. So I just, I instead of me trying to remember what is what and figure out what is what, um, the one thing that I really, really crave is red meat. So when I saw that my blood type should eat red meat 5 to 7 days a week, I was like, shit, say less. Say less. You ain't said nothing. Now it makes sense as to why, because back in the day I used to like crave red meat. I'm talking about crave, okay? That White Castle crave. So now I don't have those cravings because I eat it all the time. All the time. Not a big fan of apples. Yeah, and they're not good. That was the only kind I ate. The green apples, I like the yellow apples. Uh, now I don't eat any apples because they're not good. I have made my own apple cider vinegar. I was using that during December when I was cooking. But yeah, and I also decided to get all forms of sugar out of my diet. So no agave, no, I don't eat any fruits, so no natural sugars. Raspberries and blueberries are good for blood type O. That was good because before I decided to go carnivore, I love blueberries. I will eat blueberries like it's literally my duty. I love blueberries. I'll fuck up a big thing of blueberries at once, but now I just eat meat. So I don't really miss anything. The one thing I can tell you that I miss, I can be honest, and I think it's because it's the American in me. Y'all, I miss pancakes. I miss pancakes, y'all. I wasn't a waffle person. I wasn't waffles are okay, but baby, ain't nothing like some fluffy pancakes, baby. And I wasn't a big syrup person, but baby, ain't nothing like some flapjacks, baby. I do miss pancakes. I miss pancakes. Not enough to eat any. Definitely not enough to eat any. I can't even visualize. I can't even visualize myself eating any pancakes. I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't. Um, my body likes not having any carbs in it. It really does. But I miss that. If I can say the one thing that I miss that. I miss pancakes. I haven't had any pancakes in a long time, but I do miss that. My adult son is okay. I would say my adult son has gotten phenomenally healthy on a mostly meat, low carb. Good for him. Good for him. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's like this is our body. Somebody asked me a long time ago on this channel when I mentioned the first time I ever mentioned that I cleaned up my diet at 20. I've never had any health issues from eating. I've never been overweight or anything like that. But they asked me, well, why did I decide to change? And the one thing about me when it comes to all parts of my body, internally and externally, I don't take the attitude of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do not take that attitude when it comes to my internal body, my hair, my skin, my fitness, my mental health. No, 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 no. So that's why I fast 4 times a year minimum, because it's good. It's good to fast. It's good for the gut, to allow the gut to utilize what's already stored up in you, to just build itself. During fasting, during those hunger phases, your immune system is built and rebuilt. And it's good. And that's why on a daily basis, I don't eat in the morning. I typically don't eat before 1300 hours, which is 1 p.m. And mostly just like since January, even before that, because this is something I've been doing before that, but I wasn't as specific about it. But typically, my first meal of the day is around 1500, 1530, which is 3 p.m., 3:30. That's typically my first meal of the day. Sometimes even later. Yeah. And it works for me. And many times that is my only meal of the day. Now, if I eat at around 1300 hours, if I eat thin, then I will typically eat again maybe around 20 or 2100 hours, which is 8 or 9 p.m. And I don't, even when I started heavy weightlifting in 2014, I don't trip about the time of day that I eat. So I have a very high metabolism, and I'm so active that it's going to be okay. But eating just meat too, it's not the same. I don't have that carb bloat. Food isn't bloated in me, so even if I'm eating at 9 p.m., it's not the same. It's a different feeling, and I like that. I like that a lot. Wait, did I read that other comment? Oh yeah, I did. I'm either A or an AB. Well, they're totally different. Definitely should find out. A blood type and AB blood type are very, very different. Can't remember. I'm supposed to focus on veggies and yoga, but almost get a high when I eat a great steak or liver. I've had gastric bypass. Oh, so maybe that's a factor. Yeah. You definitely should find out your exact blood type, because A blood type, if I remember correctly, is way less red meat, way less meat. Um, and AB blood type can consume lamb is very beneficial, mutton is very beneficial, which is essentially goat. Yeah, so I would highly recommend finding out and remembering what your blood type is, because those two are pretty different. hmm I I used to work with someone, and then one of my friends' mom also had gastric bypass surgery. But I used to work with a woman who had gastric bypass, and she was saying that I guess her stomach was so small, like she could hardly eat anything. And then she was saying I think the couple people I know was saying after they had it, I don't know, red meat, they had a hard time digesting red meat, or I don't know. This was a long time ago. This was a long time ago, but they definitely said things were different after they had that. After they had that, yeah. And see, um, the couple of people I know that had it, they didn't have much of a lifestyle change. Um, and no offense to anyone, but the woman I worked with who had it, she was definitely like, I didn't know she had it. And while I was working there, I didn't know she had it until she told me. But before that, she looked like she could have been a candidate for it, right? She definitely, by all accounts, could have been a candidate for the gastric bypass, or at least someone's before photo. And when she told me she had it and how much bigger she used to be, and this was, I worked at a telephone company. And if anybody ever worked in a call center, baby, potlucks are just like a regular thing. And even at home, she was married, but every time we had a potluck, she was always bringing some baked sweet goods. Like that was her thing. She was always baking sweet shit. Always. Like she didn't have a lifestyle change. Her eating habits didn't change at all. Same with my girlfriend's mom, and it's like, if you're going to take the shortcut, at least still implement the lifestyle change, the discipline to, help yourself. Okay, you got the surgery, at least, for them, that's what I was thinking, like have the discipline to change your eating habits, to change your lifestyle, to be more active, because she wasn't even active. She didn't increase her physical fitness at all. And then you're sitting at a desk 8 hours a day. So that's why I said I definitely, when I was 20, I didn't want to look like all my overweight aunties. And I like me. I fuck with me. And I feel like at 20, I was like, I look too good to be fat. I like me too much to allow myself to get fat. I fuck with me way too heavy to allow myself to look like my aunties do in 20 years. So I know I can't make this change immediate. Let me make the change now so that in 20 years, and some of those pictures, like the pictures that I posted from my 40th the photo shoot, that's what I looked like at 40. And I made that decision for myself at 20. And baby, like I really fuck with me. I really, really fuck with me. That's why I started taking care of my skin, and I've never had bad skin. But why should I wait till I have bad skin to start taking care of my skin? You know? So that's my take on it. It's definitely a lifestyle change. And again, that's why I say if people allow themselves to just go into the blood type meal plan that I'm going to create, because it's going to be creative, there are going to be things put together that they more than likely wouldn't put together on their own. And if they just trust it and go with it and use the spices that are there and put the combinations together, like it's going to be a party in your mouth. You will not feel like you are missing anything. You will not feel like, oh, this sucks or none of that. None of that. It will be a party in your mouth, okay? I'm telling you, it's been decades since my gastropath. Yeah, this was decades ago. Best thing I ever did. However, I followed all the red. I did gain weight these many decades later from carbs. Yep, carbs will do it, baby. Carbs will do it. I can lose weight easily if I go keto or carnivore, but have a meat texture issue. Yep, carbs will do it every single time. So, mhm. Yeah. So I think it'll be dope. I think it'll be dope. So definitely I will post on my community tab when it's all done. I started at 320, got down to 135, look like a zombie, currently at 185, and want to be 150. That's what's up. Implement, I'm telling you, the best thing you could do for yourself is implement weights, because muscle creates shape. So that'll prevent you from looking like a zombie if things are filled out with muscle. And 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 women, I see, when I started weightlifting, women used to say this to me all the time, and it was also women that were much heavier than me, but they would always, I don't want to be, we do not have enough testosterone to get bulky. If you're not taking steroids, if you're not taking any type of supplements to get bigger as far as muscle mass, the best thing any woman can do for herself is to lift heavy weights, because muscle creates shape. Fat, fat just lays, right? It's just a blob. It just lays and spreads out because the pounds are the pounds, right? 5 pounds of fat is just, right? Whereas 5 pounds of muscle is solid. Even if you look at meat, right? 5 pounds of muscle is just solid. So when you build up muscle in your body, your shoulders, your quads, the thighs, the glutes, everything is just going to be smooth and curvy. And the muscle is what fills out the skin enough to eliminate cellulite. So I definitely, and like I said, the pictures I posted, and the picture, I think I posted one of my legs. I'm not sure if I posted that on YouTube, but I was flexing. I was flexing because I didn't know what my photographer was taking a picture of, but I knew he was taking a picture of my legs. So I was flexed, and that shit looked great. Okay. Great. But I was lean. I was lean, and I lifted heavy 7 days a week. 7 days a week. I did weighted cardio because cardio just eats up the muscle. So I didn't do cardio bunny cardio. I did weighted cardio, or my own body weight. Like even now, I have a 12-pound weight vest. But muscle, heavy weights, I mean, are a woman's best friend if she wants to be lean and stacked. She's a brick. Mm-mm-mm. House. Dun, dun, dun. And especially the older we get, we should not be scared of muscle because, I mean, of weight. Because the thing about it is, you have the control. You have the control. Like, you have the control. It's the same way with, like, what I said about myself. I have the control. So I would never allow myself to get overweight. I would never allow it because I have the control. And I can get to a certain point to where I don't like that. I'm uncomfortable. So I'm immediately going to get that shit off of me because it's all in my control. So, if I got to a point to where I was so lean and like my arms just looked too muscular, they would be small, small muscular, but still if it just got to that point, then I could start using smaller weights. You know what I mean? It's all in my control. So true. Doctor at the time only focused on mental and emotional reasons and ability to follow diet. He never addressed physical workout. I lost a ton of muscle mass. By the way, talking to you, not cooking. You got to do both, but go on cook, girl. Go cook. Go cook. But that's all I wanted. That is really all I wanted, was to just run this idea of the blood type meal plan ebook by you guys, because I will be creating that. And when it's done, I'll definitely let you know, for anyone who may be interested in purchasing it. Um, so, yeah. And again, there won't be any pictures or anything. It'll just be the meals put together with all the spices and drinks and different things. So I'm excited. Anyway, thanks y'all for hanging out with me and giving me your feedback and chatting with me. And I'll see you guys in the comments and my next video, which will be posted Tuesday. My next video will be posted public on Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. And y'all have a great rest of your first day of the week. I love you right back. Thanks, y'all. Y'all are the best. Peace. That was great.